Hi, folks. This is Sean Hyman, and I wanted to talk to you about the bona fide Euro rally that I see right now. And I know that sounds crazy because there's so many issues right now that are not resolved in Greece, and there's so many question marks with Portugal and Spain and Italy, and there's so many questionable things about the economics of Europe right now. And I wouldn't argue against any of those things. Um, but there's one thing I know is that turnarounds happen while things are still grim, while they're still dire, and while the news media is still putting out bad reports. So, in other words, it's still presently accurate. It's just that investors and traders go in and scoop up something when they feel that the worst is over and things are about to change, potentially for the better in the upcoming months. And so, I want to look at four charts to show you why I believe that. This is euro dollar on the daily chart. Of course, ever since almost a year ago, it's done nothing but go down, particularly in the last so many months of 2011. I mean, the onslaught of I mean, just the short sellers just you know carried this thing so much lower, and rightfully so, because everything was just falling apart over there. But then at this point, as we're headed into the earlier parts of 2012, which is about roughly January the 19th on here, the euro breaks its downtrend line, rallies up, and then consolidates and hovers right in here, which is building a base above 130 for its next launch higher. And so I believe the next move we see will take this to 135 plus, and eventually we could see the pair make it back up to 140 or so. So euro dollar is looking more bullish. The U.S. dollar has turned down, and that's a very good thing for the euro from the euro's perspective. Here is Euro New Zealand, another one. Same instance. I mean, the euro has been just falling overall against the New Zealand dollar, and very harshly in the last month of the year in 2011, and this carried well on into February. But as I'm filming this on the 22nd of February, there's the first sign of a break higher for the euro. You see it breaks this red downtrend line. It already broke this one. You could draw one that connects these highs right here, and it broke that one. But there's a falling wedge pattern that we see here, and falling sounds bearish, but it's actually bullish once it completes. But what it is where the two lines converge upon one another. It shows the slowing down of the downward momentum, and the completion of that downward momentum is usually done once the pair breaks above the red downtrend line, or the top of the falling wedge pattern. Now sometimes they can come back and pull back one last pullback before they head higher. So you do have to be careful with these patterns, but the point is that usually proves the breaking of the top of that pattern usually proves that these lows set in around February the 15th. It was likely like the low for now, and overall we will likely head higher even if we have another pullback before that happens. And so Euro New Zealand, another one starting to break to the upside. Again, very unusual. Euro strength that we haven't seen in over a year. Here's another one. Euro pound has been sinking overall since about July, the 1st of July of last year. Been sinking very hard. So even the ailing pound has been doing better than the euro up until about this is about January the 6th, and formed a base and has broken not only the above the downtrend line in red, but has also broken above the black horizontal resistance line that we see here as well. So the euro is now starting to overcome the British pound. And then one final chart, the euro against the Aussie dollar. Again, the euro's been falling from the Aussie, ever since March of last year, been falling fairly steadily. And in the last month, December and January were very brutal for the euro. I believe it was a key sell-off that kind of crescendoed and came to a head. The bottom is right here, which is a double bottom. You see where the price hits around 121.42 roughly twice and holds, breaks above that, breaks above this downward corrective line after having completed the downward break there. And so we're starting to see the first sign of a move upward there as well on Euro Aussie. So again, these are moves that haven't happened for quite some time. But you can tell when there's so many trend line breaks, and there's more pairs, but this is just, these are just four of them. When you've got euro dollar and many euro cross pairs breaking to the upside all at once, that's generally a bona fide euro bull move, euro bullish move, which means that the better thing to do is be at that point a euro buyer rather than a euro short seller. I'm gonna tell you that will mix a lot of people up right there, and that'll be a hard pill for them to swallow because the news is still bad, no doubt. Things are not resolved. Things are not for sure on the up and up in Greece, Spain, Portugal, etc. And so, naturally speaking, people think, how can something go up when things are still bad out there? Well, markets trade off of news for a while, but there comes a point where the bad news can't get any worse, and in an uptrend, the good news can't get any better. And so you can actually have a stock or a currency or anything head down in the final stages of good news, and you can actually have a currency or a stock or whatever head up in the latter stages of bad news as well. And so obviously investors feel that the worst is kind of baked in the cake already. It's already been accounted for, and that politicians are taking this seriously and trying to do a lot about it right now. And so they're taking that seriously, and so they see a light at the end of the tunnel, and so therefore it makes them want to go ahead and scoop up the euro. So thanks so much for watching this. Bye-bye.